Today we're going to talk about how to make booklets. So these are a couple examples of basic booklets here. One of them is more of a book. What I mean by that is it's vertical like this. It's got a recipe here. You open it up, another recipe, and the back's blank because I didn't have a fourth recipe. And then there's another option for booklets like this. This one, it's the same book just with different layout, so contents are the same. So this one opens up. So instead of opening to the side, it opens up like a little presentation booklet, like that, and then it's got another recipe and the rest of that recipe, and on the back it's got the rest of a recipe. Or another recipe, yet another, so many recipes to enjoy. So these are two examples of booklet type things you can make. Now each of these is only 4 sub-pages at max. So they only take one sheet of paper, because one sheet of paper is 4 little half sheets, front and back. But you could also make things that are 2, like this. So you could make something where you got the first page, and then inside another page, and more pages, just like a book. You've read a book, you know what books are. And the cool thing is, it's not shown here, but you can tell the right printers to staple it for you right there. And so I should have mentioned that at the top, but more or less this is a guide for people who have Canon copiers that have finishing units on them. The finishing units can actually do the folding and the stapling and hole punching for you. So like these folds, I did not make these folds, the printer did it for me. And you want to know how to do that, so let's do it. So basically it's all in the driver that you have. So you need to get the UFR2 driver. And the way to do that is to search for it on the internet. So Canon UFR2 printer driver. And you should put the model of your printer afterwards. I happen to work with a 5850i. It's, let's see here. It's an ADVANCED, what's that? And then that first link there looks good. So we're going to click that link to go to the Canon page to get the driver. And now what you're going to do, and also as an added bonus, like this picture will show you what the printer should look like in general. Now this one is missing the finishing units on the side, and mine has finishing units. It's got a high capacity thing in this blank space to the right, and it's got a folding, stapling wizard thing in the space to the left. So it's okay if yours doesn't look exactly like that. You're going to click on Software and Drivers, and then you're going to go and make sure that the Windows is what's selected here, and the right version of Windows. It detected Windows 10. I'm actually on Windows 11, so I'm going to change that. And what you want is the UFR2 driver. This is the one that gives you the ability to take advantage of your printer's folding and stapling. So you're going to hit download. It's going to download that. You're going to click on it, and then sometime later it's going to open it up, and you're going to want to hit extract all. Yes, love extracting files. Just make sure you pay attention to where it extracts the files to. It'll take a few seconds. And once you get the driver extracted like this, you can open, let's see here. You can basically install it for your machine. So by and large, any Windows computer sold in the last 5 or 10 years is going to be x64. So open the x64 folder and then double click on setup. And once you double click the file, now you can go ahead and install it. Hit next. Yes, you agree. And then you're going to probably just do standard. Now, you also might want to check reactivate printers in sleep mode and search. Now, for the rest of this, let's see, it doesn't say install yet. Don't really need that. Next. Uh-oh. If it tries to install it again, that could be a problem because I've already installed the driver. So it might complain, or it might just do it. It might just install it a second time. So anyways, you're going to install the driver just like that. Make sure you got the UFR2 version. So now it's going to search for drivers for printers that are around, and it's going to look for ones that are sleeping and wake them up, which is pretty sweet. What we're going to do in the meantime is I'm going to show you how this works on actual programs. So supposing you have a recipe book like this that you want to print out, there's a couple important things That's okay. I have two of these open, don't I? There we go. There's a couple important things here that you're going to want to pay attention to. First of all, these little pieces of paper are horizontal, which means that when we print this thing out, it's going to come out looking like this booklet because the pages are horizontal. Second thing is you want to look at layout. Basically, there's a couple settings that make this work. One of them is a size. You want statement size. You'll notice statement size right here is half of letter size, 5.5 by 8.5. Now the other option you have is you could also do portrait orientation, and this is if you want to print the book looking a little more like a book. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this one and print it, not project it, print it, whoops, Control P, and then all the magic happens in printer properties right here. So you're going to click on printer properties. You got to make sure you have the right printer selected. If you don't have the right printer selected, you're not going to get the printer properties. And if you have the right printer selected, but you don't have the UFR2 driver, you're not going to get all this delicious goodness right here. So the first thing you want to do is, you see two-sided, one-sided? You want booklet printing. And you can even notice here, it sort of shows you what it's thinking. Now there's a few things that aren't right yet. This summary statement says letter 2x on one letter size paper. That's not what we want. The page size, meaning the pages we're working on, are statement size. So we're going to take this, we're going to go to page size, and we're going to find statement in this big old list. There it is. And then output size, we don't want it to match page size because we want, if you look at this thing, look at this one. This bit here is one page. This is the sheet. We want the page that we're giving it, it doesn't match the sheet. We want it like this, where this is 2 pages on one sheet. So we're going to do letter. And so now if you look in the summary section over here, it says statement X2 to letter. And that makes sense because this is a statement and this is a statement. And we're taking 2 of them and putting them on one piece of letter paper. And now we could do booklet settings over here. Saddle stitch settings. So we want to do probably just for what I'm making, I didn't need saddle stitches. I didn't need staples right here. I just needed it to fold it. So for this, fold only is good enough. But if you were to have more than 4 pages, so you're envisioning ending with a booklet that's more like this, and you really want it stapled together, what you're going to want to do is on this setting, you're going to want to do fold and saddle stitch. That's where the magic happens. So let's see here. The other really important thing is where your paper is coming from. So go to paper source. I'm going to make sure I can't get to it here. Nope. Paper source is one of these tabs up here up top. And then you're going to want to select drawer 2. Well, actually, you're going to want to select the drawer where you've put letter R paper. Now, you might be asking yourself, what's letter R? It means rotated or horizontal. Normally, when you look at a printer, you stick the paper in like this, in portrait orientation. You stick the paper in kind of with the short side facing you and facing the printer. And the printer takes it and goes, and it does its thing. Now, in order to make booklets like this, you need to put the paper in sideways, like this, rotated, letter R for rotated. So to do this, one of the drawers in your copier has to be set up with letter R paper. So basically, you're going to open the copier drawer and look at it, and you're going to rearrange the plastic guides so that it holds your paper in this orientation with the wide side facing you and facing the printer. And once that's all lined up, that's where you want to put your paper that you're going to do folding and stapling with. So, and whatever drawer that is on your printer, select that drawer. So for us, we keep our letter R in drawer 2, so we're going to select drawer 2. We're going to go back to basic settings. And this has kind of a summary of everything you've done, so you can see kind of at a glance if it looks all right. Is even this image here to show you, oh look, is that what you're looking for, a book that opens this way? Then everything is okay. Now suppose I was expecting not a book like that. Suppose I wanted my booklet to open like this, where it folds vertically like this. I'll show you how to accomplish that real quick. So we're going to leave this setting alone. I could hit OK, and then I could hit print, but I don't want to print yet. I want to make it open with folding at the top instead of folding at the side. I'm going to go into Layout, Orientation, Landscape. So now they're all facing on their side. And now I'm going to go back to printing and go back to printer properties to look at the driver settings. And here's the driver settings, and you'll notice the preview window has changed. Now it shows a vertical page because the driver figured out, oh, you're feeding me a horizontal page. You must want the pages connected horizontally. Everything else is still correct, so except for this. Page size should be statement still. Statement. So it should be statement, 2 statements to a letter paper. And it should look like this. Now, if you take it and just do fold, you'll notice the little red bits go away. Now it's just fold, but if you want fold and saddle stitch, you do them both. And then we'll just double check our paper source, still drawer 2. So everything there is fine. So basically that's how you configure it. Now here's the cool thing. It's the same way you configure it in other programs. So if we go open Affinity Publisher, we need to set up the layout for this style. So if I wanted to make the exact same type of document, the page width and height right here, I would want the page height, let's see here. I'd want the page height to be 8.5. So I'm going to make this one 8.5. And I'm going to make the page width 5.5. And then pages. This we'll make it 4 pages long because it basically has 4 pages. And then margins, I'm going to set up like the other ones at 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. The margins are a function of what your printer can support. You just don't want them to be super big because it'll really hem you in. I'm going to hit create, and it's going to give me a document designed for this. So it's going to give me my first page of my book, and then my spread with 2 pages that face each other, and then the last page of my book, which is, I have it blank. And then if we go to print this one, it's going to give us the same options. So this window looks different, but here's what's not different. Right here is this properties setting. First, right here, paper size defined by driver is just fine. So we're going to go to properties, and we're going to see exactly the same settings that we saw in Word. So we need to fix all the same stuff. So page size needs to go back to statement because every page on here is statement sized. The thing we're printing onto is letter sized, but the pages are statement size. Output size do not match. We want that to be letter. And then we want booklet printing. And when I put it in booklet, you'll notice it shows me the staples. It says statement 2x to letter. Over here, I could do fold and saddle or just fold or nothing. We'll just do fold and saddle. I need to make sure the paper source is drawer 2. So this is all the same stuff you just did for Word. And basically, the driver settings are in printer properties. So this is where the magic happens. Now, if you have an issue for some reason, just basically make your program settings 1 page at a time and make the driver settings handle all the booklet stuff. So as far as my program is concerned, I'm just printing out a whole bunch of statements. But the driver is the thing that does the magical fixing. So like right here, this has other options, but I'm not using these. I'm not using the booklet setting in the program. I'm just using single. So it's just a bunch of single pages here. But then I look at the driver. The program gives the driver its files to print, and the driver says, oh, we want booklets. Oh, we want, let's see here. We want to print on letter paper. Oh, we want fold and saddle stitch. And oh, we want, what drawer do we want? Word doesn't have these settings. Only the driver does. So that's how that works. So more or less, that's how you get the driver installed. And once you get it installed, that's how you use it in programs. So it's a really powerful tool. It's a really great thing if you've got a Canon copier with finishing stuff on it. So thanks for watching. Hope it helped.